On this week's Technique Tuesday, we're diving in with Kendric Maple, a national champion from the University of Oklahoma and current coach at the University of Missouri. Kendric is a true technique wizard on top and is probably going to show you stuff in this video you've never seen before. In this clip, Kendric breaks down the Sag Chop Ride and showing the correct way to line up on top, shut down your opponent's first move, and hit a clean, effective breakdown that flows directly into leg riding and tilts. He also shows you how to finish the tilt and get your points. If you want a smarter, more efficient game on top, this video is a must watch.
All right, well, let's get into this Sag Chop Ride. So what I love about this ride is it allows me to be able to slow a guy down and constantly be able to look for turns. One of the most important things we can do on top is keep this guy from moving, right? So first, it all starts with our setup. I love seeing guys when we're trying to set up a ride and we set everything up so we can actually get to where we want to go. What kills me is when we start off a race behind. I would never say, Josh, let's go do a race and have him start up here and I start back here. That doesn't make any sense. I want to start, so if I want to slow these legs down, I want to be as close as I can to him. So with my starting position, I want to get my knee as close to his knee as possible and my foot as closest to him as possible, right? Because what about this ride, it's hopefully going to stop all his first moves, okay? So if we think about it, I'm going to put my knee by his knee, my foot by his foot. If you think about how a guy likes to stand up, right, he needs to be able to move his legs. So if Josh was to try to stand up with this leg, me being able to get from here to here is very, very important. Or me to be able to just pinch right here, because now it slows this leg from moving. For Josh to get to a quad pod, usually they're going to need to bring this foot out so they can get up to that quad pod. So if I start out like this, he gets a very easy quad pod on me. So if I bring that foot here and block it, now he tries to bring that foot out, it's blocking, especially if we're doing our job with pinching. This opposite leg, my whole job with this Sag Chop Ride, similar to a traditional chop where we're trying to drive and we're doing the whole 180 drive through it, I want to get this guy's weight this way, right? So if my knee's straight behind him, the most I can do with this pressure is drive him forward. I can't actually drive him this way. So for this ride, I want to try to get my leg angled as much as I can on this side of his body so that when I drive through this leg, look at the pressure go to where we want it. So starting out, my knee's by his knee, my foot's by his foot. My knee wants to get as much on this side of his butt cheeks as I can so that's able to push this way. For this chop, here's a big thing that people mess up on, right? So when I'm in my position, starting position, I can go with my left hand, my opposite side hand. I can either go tight waist and squeeze, or I can go thigh pry. Either one, both work. But for this chop, I don't want to start down by the elbow. Number one, because space is not your friend with a chop. If I have space, that gives him space to work. So if he's going seal, he seals. If he's going to slip. A lot of guys slip. It'll just slip right down and do a slip here. And we're going to miss the arm. So I like to start a little bit higher. I like all my four fingers to be on this side of his bicep. Because I want to the only thing that really needs to move off the whistle is this thumb. And that's where the clamp, the sag chop comes from. All I want him to do off that whistle is he's feeling my whole pressure. He's feeling like he can't get his foot out. He can't drive his legs up. All I'm going to do is flick that thumb and it's just going to be a clamp. There's no wind to it. I don't want space. There's a clamp and this forearm is going to go try to bury into his rib cage. Right off that whistle, it's here. There's no big wind up, it's just sag. I'm going to make him feel all my weight. So if you were to try to stand up right now, he feels all my weight. Now it's just about the angle that I carry it, okay? So off that whistle, if he's trying to go quad pod, that makes it real tough for him because I got a lot of pressure. If he's trying to do a stand up, that makes it tough on him. He tried to do a sit out. I got all the pressure keeping him from turning this way, going up, going down, off that whistle. Now, the angle matters. Here's where the sag chop's a little bit different, where we're normally trying to drive him over and through. Well, guys have got pretty smart in wrestling and they know how to start shifting their weight. So a normal chop, if I go here, he's just turning into it like he's been taught well by his coach and he's learned how to shift up and come up to a quad pod or go wherever he wants from there. So for this, all I'm gonna do, if I were to push Josh, stay in a good base, push him this way, he's strong. Push him this way, he's strong. Push him backwards, he got his heels. But if I were to just block and pull him over, that's pretty easy to chop him over. It's the sag chop. We're gonna sag, everything's clamped. I'm gonna drive this down, and all I'm gonna do is either tight waist or thigh pry and just pull him over this knee. So Josh can stay as strong as he wants in his base. Stay as strong as you want, Josh. All I'm gonna do, pull those hips over. He has nothing to block me from doing that. Now this sets up a really good window for me. So all I'm gonna do, flip, squeeze and sag. He can go wherever he wants. I'm just driving him over. As soon as my elbow starts to hit this mat, I'm gonna re-grip. So now, post this hand. This is where it's really important. It doesn't just try to grab. I got pretty long arms, but even me, I can barely reach my high thigh. What I wanna do is shift my weight towards him. This knee's gonna drive right into that thigh, and I'm gonna try to grab as high in my own thigh as I can while keeping my knee on the back. Here, this is the basics of the Sag Chop Ride. I'm right here. This position is what we're looking for. My knees into him, this tight waist as high as I can on my thigh, and this hand is just, notice my chest, I'm higher than him. So I don't want to be like this. The more I'm like this, the more he can start getting over top of me this way. I'm here. So this is the basics of it. I'll show it one more time, and then we'll get into what he can do, what his options are from there. Josh is being a good partner. He's ready off that whistle. I'm lining up, knee by knee, toe by toe. My knee, I want it on the opposite side of his body. This hand is all that's gonna go off the whistle. It's not a lot of motion. It's a flick, a clamp, and just a pull over this thigh. As soon as my elbow's ready to hit the mat, it's gonna be post, shift, punch. Grabbing as high as I can on my knee. Now, we're gonna get into what his options are, because this is where all the beauty of the ride comes from, all the turns. If this guy were to try to get into me, so if he were, a lot of guys will try to sit up into you. Number one, it should be very, very hard. Because my knee's into him, driving. My bicep is crushing his ribs here. So Josh, try to get into me hard. It's not a very good position. Now, if he starts to get up, and a lot of times I'll bait guys to do it, I'll let him start to feel like they are. The more he starts to get almost into a crab ride, as soon as he starts to get there, all I'm gonna do is pull back, lift up, and take it straight to a tilt. I'm gonna collapse over this arm, look for my wrist, foot under foot, here. One more time with that. He's wrestling, he starts to build up. Gotta keep scooting, let him build up to a crab, lift, tilt. Grab my own thigh, or I can grab this wrist. That's option. Now, another option they'll do. The whole time, I'm trying to find this wrist or this wrist. That's the whole key to this. If his arm is too close in, I'm going to find that wrist underneath, burying his shoulder. So not just trying to drive over, I'm trying to turn it down and take my knife, these are my nice knives, into his tricep, bury it. Because now when he tries to lift up, it makes it really tough on him. Run my knees into my tilt. When I go to this tilt, a big thing I see people mess up on too is this is the lifter foot, is I want to lift, but I also want to push. If I just lift up tall, Josh flips his hips, out the way. He flips his hips, and I start to lose him. I want to constantly be going down towards his knee and pushing towards his head. So if I'm going to this tilt, and he flips his hips, tries to belly out, and I just stay by his foot, belly out hard, I lose it. I want to be down by his knee and constantly driving. Now he tries to flip down. That makes it really tough on him, okay? So, we got that option. If he buries it, brings his arm in. If his arm's out, we can start to bump it, look for it on the inside, bump it, and then go chop. If his elbow's in, now we go chop. I put forearm down, everything drives in. My both feet drive over, clamp. Notice I'm still grabbing my own knee. Knee, walk it up, look tilts. Easy tilt money for here. Always looking points. Another thing that'll happen, guys will start to grab this because they feel this seatbelt is tough. This is like a legal way to lock hands. He starts to grab that. If he does it with that arm, I grab, I go tilt. If he goes with his hand, beautiful. Thank you, sir. Go grab it. I feel him grab that, trying to peel my hands, do whatever. I grab wrist. Now it's far side. This arm, we're going far side. Hand comes out, goes towards the bicep. I'm driving all the way over. As I go over, I'm turning him with my knee, turning him with my hands to the tilt on this side. Straight to his back points. Again there, we got our knee. I'm baiting him the whole time. He's trying to build from this. I'm messing with him. He can't move. Oh, he made the mistake of grabbing. Wrist, far side of the move. Letting him land on that knee, right in that beautiful, sweet bread basket for my points. Another option here. And this one's very, very common. Off that whistle, clamp, clamp. Also, one thing with this is I don't want to start with my elbow high, okay? The more my elbow is high like this, the less chance I have to keep from his elbow going back to a seal. See, if I go seal off the whistle, oh no, he's already beat me there. I want my forearm to almost be behind this, so if he tries to push his arm back, I can stop that seal. And now as he tries to go to that seal, it's clamped. For him to get past this palm, he has to go inside, which helps me go to my clamp, pull, 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 elbow hits, repost, right? Josh, he's got it tight, I got it tight, grip on my thigh. Now Josh tries to belly down. There's another option. It should be pretty hard. If he's here and I've done this right and I'm posting here, he tries to belly down, it should be really tough for him to do. And a lot of guys will try, give up, and then come back, and we can look one of those other options. If he starts to get the belly down option, great, perfect. A couple different things. We can be patient, so go ahead and wrestle Josh. I hold on this tricep, wrestle Josh. Where's he going? Oh, he goes there, I'm gonna go head lever. Eventually he figures out that he can't just push back because I'm pushing all my weight here. Can you go anywhere, Josh? I still have my own knee. And now, eventually they build back up and we're in the exact same position. Another option here is, we call it the Mushu lock. We put our toe, and Josh loves this one. We put our toe in the back of his calf. The whole time I'm here, I'm looking to do this and pull this to me. What this does is create like a gas pedal, and it makes it really hard for this guy to turn that body down. So if I can ever get here during this ride, so we got the Sag Chop and pulled him over. If I can ever get to the Mushu lock, you can ask Josh, does that feel good?
No.
Try to belly down. His knee's locked out. And this is where we can start looking bow and arrows. We can start look, because what it does also is make guys really force their leg out the other way. So turn left hip down. And if they do slip, that's when leg comes in. That's one of the beauty things about this, is it transitions really well if you're a leg rider into that series.
Thanks for watching this week's Technique Tuesday. If you want more technique, head to athletesocean.com or download the Athletes Ocean app. And if you're a coach, check out our new Team Space feature, where you can organize all your practice plans, competition notes, and technique videos all in one place. Let us know in the comments what you want to learn next. Make sure to like this video and share it with your friends. Also, make sure you follow and subscribe to FloWrestling for more technique every Tuesday. See you next time.